Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Really excited to kind of continue the daily videos with the FC25 hype. I know that a lot of you guys in the comments were saying that like the hype, you don't even feel like it's there. So you know what? I'm going to try to like bring some hype. We're going to be going through every day, kind of talking about new posts, things that get released. Yesterday's video had a lot in it. So if you're watching this video, we'll link it in the end screen of this video. So you guys can just click on that and check it out. I'm also getting really excited because eFootball is releasing their game on Thursday. So I'll be at least grinding that for a week ahead until we get to the web app next week. So yeah, we'll be streaming and doing that. And guys, also all the shirts, everyone that ordered those like all went out today at the latest. So you guys should have got a tracking email with a link, which is awesome. So hopefully you guys ended up getting that. And everybody that's been trying the coffee, I appreciate you guys, man. It supports me a lot. If you guys like coffee, check it out. We got some amazing Brazilian coffee, RTFM 15. I'll link it down below. Check it out. Tweet me you got it. And let me know if you guys like it. Anyways, so we're going to be talking about a couple things in the video tonight. If you guys enjoy it, drop a thumbs up. Yesterday's video had over 4,000 likes. I don't really know how that's possible. I mean, it's like September. We've got nothing going on, and you guys are dropping that many likes on a video. I just want to say I'm very grateful for all you guys, man, that continue to support the content. And I said that in the video yesterday, and I know you're probably getting mad at me, but thank you guys. So what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna talk about, you know, just a couple like graphics and a couple new player ratings, playstyle plus changes, stuff like that. Minimal stuff that could be interesting to you. And then what we're also gonna do is we're gonna go through and I'm gonna explain to you guys all the new roles. There's a lot of new roles and stuff like that. And look, a lot of you guys will probably say, hey, I miss the days when FIFA was an arcade. It was easy. It wasn't complicated. EA are adding 52 player roles next year. And we're going to kind of talk through those. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on those. I'm going to kind of read the synopsis of it for the first time. So you guys will be able to read that with me. And we can kind of start to get just at least like, I feel like if we do these videos together that we can kind of get an understanding of what FC25 is going to be all about. Because there's going to be a lot of differences in tactics and stuff like that. And we want to make sure that, you know, we're starting to understand that. The one positive I will say about them doing this system and everything, at least it's going to be something a little different. I feel like we've been having the same custom tactics, the same stuff. So even if it's a reskin, at least it's something different. I feel like 2K changes a lot of stuff kind of in terms of like what's meta and what build is good every year when you're doing the my career. So hopefully it can feel a little bit like that. It's kind of been feeling the same old the last couple years. So these are all new playstyle plus players. So basically these are all players that now this year will have a different playstyle plus. So, like, for example, last year, Rodri had Power Shot plus, and this year he's going to have Tiki Taka plus. Sam Kerr is going to have, she's going to have Finesse Shot plus. Harry Kane is going to have Finesse Shot plus. I don't know exactly what that playstyle plus is for Ter Statue. Smith is going to have First Touch plus. Lauti's going to have Finesse plus. Power Shot is going to have Valverde's going to have Power Shot. Rudy is going to have Bruiser. Foden's going to have Tech, which is really nice. Foden's got a really nice card. I feel like that card is very underrated. I mean, even if he is 4-star, 3-star, Foden's probably going to be moving different for the first time ever at the start. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be a little bit expensive. He's getting this boost, obviously being the Premier League Player of the Year last season. So let me know what you guys think about that. I mean, 90 dribbling with Tech Plus, that could be a really nice card. Lauti with the finesse. What's the coolest one here? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool that Ederson has long ball plus. Whether or not that's going to come in handy, I could already start to see some of the ratty stuff where people are like, you know, doing the you can't player lock from a goalkeeper, I don't think, but if you could, imagine that with the long ball plus. This is really interesting. This is like a graphic that some of these Twitter accounts, Foot Police specifically, they're making like graphics kind of going through the fastest or the best or the new play style. It's pretty cool. So I just highlighted a couple. Shout out to them. We got the fastest gold center backs. We got some really fast center backs. We got Osterwald on that sounds like the Dutch for saying Astroworld. But on Fenerbahce, he looks really good, but the defending isn't good. Look, at this graphic, right? Van der Ven and Lacroix are going to be so used in the Prem teams early on. I can already see almost everybody having those two. I mean, having two center backs with 88 pace, but Van der Ven will be so expensive. Lacroix should be pretty cheap. I feel like in the older FIFAs, those types of players were actually not cheap. They were like 10, 20, 30K, those kind of Bundesliga meta cards. We don't really see that as much anymore. These gold cards don't really hold price because EA, I feel like the power curve goes so fast these days. But Van der Ven, I mean, he's gonna be staying around for a long time. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be the new VVD because look, FC24 was a lot about aura. I said this year was the year where like players, it was just about the aura. The stats were important, but the aura was so important. That's why we saw so many Evos with just insane stats all year, but it didn't really matter unless they had the him factor, right? So we'll see if Van der Ven has that. He looks crazy, though. I mean, having over 80 defending, over 80 physical, and 88 pace, how on earth for a center back is that an 82 rated? You got some other pretty crazy players here. I think Koundé is going to be insane. I feel like Koundé and Eder Militao will be great. Ibanez, I can't even pronounce that properly. He's got a pretty nice card. I just don't feel like people used him last year and he had a nice card, but that is still a nice card. There's going to be definitely some more Saudi teams at the start. There was some Saudi teams last year, but even more players made moves to that league. So we'll kind of see what's up. El Yamik should be a really, really, really cheap card too to be able to use. You got to be careful using those cards, like building a full Saudi team early on. You got to be a little careful when you do that because essentially what happened last year was that a lot of people overpaid for these players for a couple of days, and then right away everybody moved on from that team to either a Prem team or whatever team they wanted, and but a main league or a main nation team, and then those cards just plummet. So we'll have some more market content going up on the channel. This is really just to kind of knock off the cobwebs for you guys and start to talk a little bit about FC25. I thought this was a pretty cool one, new Rapid Plus player. So obviously Bale is a new icon. I cannot wait to try him out. But Beasley, who was a hero last year, I don't know about you guys. I do not like that hero card design. I don't know if that's going to be the official hero card design. It's not looking good. I feel like it just, I don't know. It doesn't really look great. The card design, right? Now, Alawayron's going to have Rapid as well. Nico Williams, that card looks amazing. I can't wait to see how that card plays. Pajor has a nice card too. Coleman has Rapid Plus, and Doku has Rapid Plus. Doku should be quite an expensive card at the start as well. I could see a lot of people using Doku. So these are just a couple of like kind of ratings and stuff like that that I wanted to go through. Something like really interesting that I wanted to tell you guys is that obviously, I know that certain Twitter and certain website accounts are adding in players into the database. Flippin just added a lot of players. I use Flippin. It's the site I always use. You guys know I'm very loyal to them. Mbappe has Finesse Shot Plus, and I was looking through this, and I saw this on Twitter, and I don't think in FC24 he had Finesse Shot Plus. Not Finesse Shot Plus, Finesse Base. I don't think he had Finesse Base. I could be wrong, so he didn't. So that's something that is starting to become a little interesting, where we're starting to see that some players are getting different base play styles, not even just the play style plus changing. That's pretty crazy. Having a base finesse on Mbappe is going to be crazy OP. Even base traits, base tiki-taka, these are cool. So it's kind of that time of the year where I'm starting to look through these cards and kind of seeing what's up. It's so crazy that Hansen is going to be 5-star, 5-star. I don't think there was any other major changes. Like Odegaard still has a 2-star weak foot. There hasn't been too much that's been too different with all this stuff. But yeah, that was a crazy one too. Seeing Hansen has 5-5, I'm like, wow, that's out of this world crazy. So yeah, just that. I think Foden is still going to have, the 3-star weak foot, which, that sometimes makes him way cheaper. Same with Bernardo. They're great dribblers, but that 3-star weak foot sometimes really hurts them. So, yeah, what I wanted to go through now and talk about with you guys is this. Now, I know you guys are going to look at this and say, I'm not reading all that, little bro, right? But we're going to go through this because this is going to be an addition into FC25, and it's good for us to start to understand what's going on. So we've got 52 roles getting added into FC 2025, right? It says on the left, you have the role. On the right, you have the equivalent instructions in FC24. Some of them are new, so I had to explain them. Okay, so goalkeeper, you have defend, you have balanced, and you have sweeper keeper, right? So goalkeeper, saving outside the box, balanced. This is where it's just like, do you guys feel like EA should have added all this? I don't know. It's like, it is a lot. Sweeper keeper is new, it says. Saving outside the box, sweeper keeper plus when you have the ball, it will go back outside the box to help with the buildup. Defender, defend, right? So stay back while attacking plus normal interceptions. Defender, balance, stay back while attacking plus step up plus normal interceptions. Stopper. So we have stopper this year. We have ball playing defender, and we have ball playing defender build up. So when you have the ball, your center back turns into a CDM. So let's just keep going through here. We'll highlight some of this stuff that looks unique, right? Fullback defend. When you have the ball, the player will go closer to the center back. Fullback balanced. I already see the rattiness going on. Now we have this position, this instruction, or role rather, false back. When you have the ball, your fullback will turn into a CDM. False back balanced. When you have the ball, your fullback will turn into a CM. So you have a defend on false back and a balance. Then you have wing back. The best description of this role is when you used in FC24 the tactic long ball. Attacking wing back, and you have attacking wing back attack. Join the attack plus overlap. He will return slower in defense if he doesn't have roll plus plus. So I guess if you don't have roll plus plus in that, your player will just like stay forward. Then you have CDM, right? Holding, defend, holding, roaming, so he'll drift wide. Center half, drop between defenders, which means he'll go in between his center backs. Deep lying playmaker, defender equals, what did I just do? Oh my God. Where was I? Do you have deep lying playmaker plus stay back while attacking? Deep lying playmaker with roaming equals deep lying playmaker plus attacking support balance. Then you have CM, you have box to box, holding, deep lying playmaker, which means that they will stay back and cover center. You have playmaker, attack, get forward, cover center, playmaker, roaming, half winger, right? So you have those two. It's just like, this is crazy. You got inside forward, which is new. Wide playmaker is new. When you have the ball in your half, the player will stay wide, and when you get closer to the opponent's box, he will turn into a left forward and a right forward. He provides defensive support only if he has roll plus or roll plus plus. Inside forward, roaming. Then you have wide midfielder for the cam. You have shadow striker, which is going to be really the new one. You've got playmaker, which is like balanced. Shadow strikers, the best way to describe this role is how a cam moves if you put forward runs on chance creation in FC25. No defensive support. You've got half winger. Your cam turns into a left mid, right mid. For the striker, you got advanced forward, poacher, false nine, target forward, right? Top comment is, I ain't reading all that. I'm happy for you or sorry that it happened. I mean, that's where I'm like, EA is really trying to make this like marketable, that this is going to be like the ultimate. You know, a lot of these are in either eFootball or Football Manager. So basically, just to kind of summarize it, how roles work, right? Look at the picture on the left side. You will see 5 squares. Middle one, the most intense green color. Left, right, and bottom, less intense than the middle. Top one, the least intense. Okay. So what does he say? Look at the picture on the left side, and you will see 5 squares. The picture on the left side, right? We got 5 squares. 1, 2, no, that's 6. Where are the squares here? Look at the picture on the left side. What is he saying? Look at the picture. Oh, I see the 5 squares. Okay. Sorry, I'm blind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we have 5 squares, right? Middle one, the most intense green color. Okay. A, player doesn't have that role for this position. The player will stay most of the time in the middle square. B, player have that role for this position. Yo, this explanation is really confusing. Essentially, it looks like you're going to have certain players, and it's going to show you what they're most proficient in, what role they're the best in, right? And, you know, Bellingham obviously has plus plus, so it's like a really bright green. Mbappe has plus plus in advanced forward. Vinny is off a role there, but then you can see you change it to advanced forward, and he's more of a, he's got a plus. Roll plus is better than roll with 5 to 10%. Roll plus plus is 20 to 25% better than roll, which means it's probably, you know, 10 to 15% better than roll plus. And then obviously we can see here, when we look at the other photos, are the same one. When asked to be balanced, the playmaker will offer defensive support when needed. When set to roaming, the playmaker will have freedom to explore the pitch to find the best basis to support attacks, right? So it's going to tell you, obviously, you know, there's going to be certain like checks, which is the plus, neutral, which is something that's going to be like iffy about it, and then something bad, right? So stamina usage, defensive support, right, for these two. The analysis here says, in my opinion, the most noticeable thing is if you use a player in a position that doesn't have a role, even if he has 99 positioning, he will feel bad off the ball. So look, a lot of the comments are saying this is overcomplicated. I agree. I don't think it has to be this crazy, but I guess if we want to take a positive spin of how this is going to impact FC25, we definitely will have a lot of adjusting to learn all this stuff. My worry is, like, is EA adding all this because they don't actually know how to fix the game, and they're just going to make us, like, run around and try to figure out, oh my God, how do I edit this tactic? Do I need to use this tactic? Do I have to try all 52 tactics, you know, to return to square one, where I'm like, okay, EA, you just didn't make a good game, right? I don't know. This seems really confusing. Look, guys, for me, you guys know me. I'm a veteran of playing FIFA. This is confusing for me. And look, I play other games, FM, that has a lot of in-depth stuff like this. You guys watch that on the channel. Even eFootball has a lot of different stuff like this. It does look a little complicated. So everyone's saying it's complicated. Don't be overwhelmed. It is going to be a lot. It just looks like overall there's going to be a lot of different ways, you know, to try to figure out what's going to fit your needs with the players the most, right? It seems like you're going to have to edit your tactics a lot with the roles because you're going to be having different players into your team, right? So, you know, maybe if one day, instead of just kind of free-flowing stuff when you got Jude Bellingham, who's a plus, right? But then the next day you bring in Griezmann, who's a plus in a different way. You're probably going to have to change up your tactics. You're probably going to have to change up kind of all these roles to make sure it's suited for the players you have, because when EA is saying, okay, it's a 20 to 25% increase in a plus or a 10% in a plus, it's probably going to be worthwhile to go through and do that. So I don't know. We'll see. I will say this. The one thing about EA, when they add new stuff every year, I always feel like the stuff they add that's new is really overpowered. Like, most games have that too. When they add a new gun or a new, like, just way or style, it always comes in really OP. So let's see how these roles are, because these could be really overpowered. I don't know. I felt like at the start, Playstyle Pluses, there was a couple that were really overpowered, and obviously that was a new segment to FC24. So what do you guys think of all this? Just want to make a chill video tonight, kind of talking through some of these roles and starting to kind of get my mind ready for 8 days from now. It's close. I can't believe it's close. So thanks for watching, guys. Much love, and I'll see you guys in a video soon. Peace.